I also want you guys to know that I always have a lot of parents who contact me after a benchmark because they're always like, my son is just so confused on how to do this, and I need to know how to get him more help. And then, you know what I'm going to do? Hey, everybody look up. I'm going to take a photocopy of this where I write down on how to do every single problem, exactly how to do it. And I'm going to send it to them and be like, we did this the day before where we did every single step. And then they'll be like, oh, did my son do that? And I'll be like, yeah, he did. And they'll be like, huh. And then I'll be like, and then I let him use it as notes on his benchmark. And it's totally different. Let me clarify. It's totally different if somebody like, you know how sometimes when you use your notes, but you're like, oh, I'm still confused a little bit, right? And you mess up a little bit, that's fine. But you shouldn't like have the benchmark tomorrow and go, I've never seen any of this. I don't know how to do any of this, because you'll have this right in front of you to help you out. So I feel like there's a lot of people who are not passing or not trying to pass in my Math 9 classes, and not just you guys, but also my other classes, where I feel like I'm like, let me please help you. And they're like, no, thank you. I would prefer just not to know this forever. So let me help you and let's get this done. Am I still sharing my screen? Can you see my hand moving? Cool. Okay. So we're starting with this one, y equals mx plus b. Now, just in case you don't know it, and I would say about 5 people in front of me today didn't know it when I came around, m is slope. Everybody write it down. Whether you know it or not, write it down, because I don't know who you are tomorrow. You might, I know that a whole bunch of you, Levi says, I know you. I do know you. And I know that a bunch of you are going to say to me tomorrow that you've never heard the word slope in your life. Okay. Even if you understand it today, your memory is apparently erased overnight and you've never heard of this tomorrow. So slope is m and the y-intercept is b. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to write the equation y equals mx plus b, but instead of m, I'm going to put in 1/5. And instead of b, I'm going to put in -1. So it could look like this, or it could just be a -1 instead of a plus a -1. Either one's okay. Everybody good so far? Good. Next up, we've got to graph the line from number 1. Y equals mx plus b. And you're going to be using this equation for the rest of high school. This isn't like a English class or a history class. Anybody have those moments where you're like, well, I didn't do this good on this chapter, but I'll do better on the next one? It doesn't happen in math class. From here on out, like the next chapter is also about this stuff. Okay, so we got to make sure we get it right. That's why it's a benchmark. I'm really trying to help. All right, so who wants to tell me how to do this problem for a prize? I've got a dolphin and a seal and a stingray and a lobster, and I've got a clownfish. No name. So sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on line 8 for Abby, 9 for Georgia, 10 for Andrew. I missed somebody? That's gonna be 10. 9 or 10. I missed you? 11. Okay. All right. 4. Andon, tell me.
So you have to do the line up first, so you stay on the line, go down, and then you go up 1 over 5 and put another dot and do that.
Okay, and you can go backwards. You can go down 1 over 5 this way, etc. I'm actually going to write this up here because I just really want you to pass tomorrow. So I'm going to write start with the y-intercept, then use rise over run to make a line. And you know what, guys? If this feels familiar, it's because you've written those words before in your notes. you need to have the same notebook, or if you have multiple notebooks, know where the stuff is. And by the way, I'm not talking directly to you. I have like 8 students who are doing this right now. I'm not really quite sure how you guys got out of 8th grade, just like randomly grabbing a notebook and just turning to whatever page. Well, we've got to make up for it right now.
They have a calculator for everything.
And just so that we're all clear, you all know that, like, do you believe me that I really care if you learn something in my class?
Yes.
Like, I really care about it. And I'm not just like doing my job just to do it. I really care about this. So please let me help you. All right. Hey, who is it? Andon? Andon, lobster? Clownfish, dolphin, seal, stingray. I'm a winner.
I'm gonna go with the seal.
Nice. All right. Next up, who's gonna tell me how to find the slope between 2 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, Andon. 8 for Abby, 9 for Andrew. Did I miss anybody? Okay. And also, what's up with you guys who refuse to write anything down, but when I ask if somebody wants to volunteer, you're like, oh, I know how to do it now. Is it just because you didn't want to write it down in the first place? Number 6. Who's number 6? TJ. Let's write down the formula first, TJ, for people who didn't write it down, and maybe tomorrow on the quiz they don't know it.
Y1 minus Y2.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Which one did you choose as your X1, Y1?
My X1.
Is it like the negative 5, 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So that I put like 7.
Yep.
On the top, I put 7 minus 1.
Perfect.
And on the bottom, I put negative 5 minus negative 2.
This is the biggest mistake I see people make. They switch the X's and Y's. They put the X's on top, the Y's on the bottom. You can't do that. All right, what's 7 minus 1, TJ? Yep, 6 over negative 3. What's 6 divided by negative 3, TJ? 6 divided by 3. 2, but it's negative because this one's negative 2. So that's the right answer. Your answer is negative 2. All right. I'm going to start speeding through some of this. TJ, do you want a lobster, a clownfish, a dolphin, or a stingray? I'm a winner. Yeah, you are. All right. I'm going to start booking through this a little bit because we've only got 6 minutes left and I want to get through all of them. So here we go. Everybody, write down what I'm writing down. Y equals mx plus b. Somebody tell me, what can I fill in immediately? Just tell me. Slope. Y equals 1/2 x plus b. Then I've got to plug in a point. I've only got 1 point here. This is x. This is y. 3 equals 1/2 times 4 over 1. Good job. Plus b. And you put it over 1 because it's easy to multiply fractions. 3 equals 4 over 2 plus b, which is the same thing as 2. And then to get b by itself, I'm going to subtract 2. So I end up with b equals 1. But I'm not done because I have to write the equation. Y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Perfect.
Are we going to have to put the simplifying state like step in the thing?
No, this is just, if you can just go straight to 2 right here, good for you. Okay. I'm just trying to show everybody exactly what I'm doing. Questions on number 4? You scratching or are you asking a question? Okay. All right. Next one. First, we've got to find the slope. Hey, Damien, tell me the formula for slope.
Y1 minus Y2, X1 minus X1 minus X2.
Perfect job. Nice job. Keegan, tell me how to put those numbers in there.
You do the Y1 and Y2, so 0 and -6 on top.
0 minus a -6, yep.
And -3 and then 1 on top.
-1, yep. Got to remember those minuses. And hey, everybody, if you're looking at your sheet right now and you're realizing I made a little mistake in number 4, number 3, fix it. I don't want to see anybody making mistakes. We're going over all the answers. 0 minus a negative is actually plus. That's 6 over -3 minus 1 or plus a -1 is -4. If I reduce that, I get -3 over 2, and that's my slope. Now I'm going to write y equals -3/2 x plus b. And now I've got to plug in a point. Which point should I plug in? And in. Does it matter? No. I mean, whichever one you think is easier. I think something with a 0 and it's way easier. I agree with you, Andon. So I'm going to put a 0 in for y. Hey, Levi, how did I know to put a 0 in for y and not for x? Right, 0's in the y spot, and that's a y. That was a perfect answer. Nice job. I'm going to put it over 1 like that. I get 0 equals +9 over 2 plus b. 9 over 2 is the same thing as what, 4.5? How do I get b by itself right now? Subtract 4.5 from both sides. So b ends up being -4.5. All right, now I've got my m, now I've got my b, and the last prize of the day goes to somebody who can tell me what the final equation is. All I need is the final equation. Andrew's 1, Owen's 2, Abby is 3. Anybody else online? 4, 5, 6. You've already gone. 7, 8, 9. Lucas, 10. Two. Who is 2? Somebody online? Owen, and he yelled, I got it too. That's a stinker. Y equals
-3 over 2x plus -4.5.
Perfect. Or just -4.5 would work. Hey, are you allowed to use this on the benchmark tomorrow?
Yeah.
Please. Please do. What's your homework tonight?
Nothing.
Your homework tonight is to not lose this. Don't lose. It's just one piece of paper. No, do not lose it. Don't no.
Save the trees. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Saving the trees would be saving your.
Listen to Miss Todd.
You can go ahead and sign off, people online. Have a good day.
Do I get
Owen, what do you want?
What are the animals again?
Clownfish, stingray, dolphin, lobster.
I'll take an I'm a winner sign today.
All right.
Take the oop, Keegan.
I really, really care if you pass this quiz. Please pass this quiz. Please pass this quiz.
We're making a rock beef.
She's got Cheez-Its.
I do. There's like 5 of them in there. Do you know the best kind of Cheez-Its there are?
Original.
If you say toasted, no.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Toasted is the best one.
No, roasted is the net.
They're like-
I get
they're like-
jalapeno. I get spicy.
They're like
I
extra
get the spicy.
Snaps.
No, listen. They make extra cheese.
Snaps are pretty good.
They
I'm
make
not gonna
extra
lie.
cheese.
All right,
Cheez-Its.
is
I
it a
want extra
Cheez-It
salt
thing or is it an
Cheez-Its.
alternative?
I get
Yes.
jalapeno.
Isn't that smell? Can I grab one of these?
Yep. Bye guys. Have a good day.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you. Did you tell that I was getting a little
Yeah, a little bit.
too far?
No, not at all.
Seriously. They're like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, look at your notes. We've done this so many times. And they're like, who knows? I've taken notes in 8 notebooks and then I threw half the notebooks away. I don't know. I've never heard the word slope before in my life. I don't know how to hold a pen. I'm like,